Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Only Death Could Part Us mod, which is being made by user Keeper. And what this glorious little piece of work looks at into the game is a pretty awesome, unique rifle into the Commonwealth, and I've been having a whole lot of fun with this thing, as basically this gun starts out as an advanced sort of pipe rifle, effectively, and through modifications you can turn it into a near modern style weapon with quite a few cool attachments to it that can make it very useful into the mid to late game. And overall, it's just a fun little gun. So let's have a gander at what we do get here with the most basic version of the unique rifle, which in its standard form will do 12 damage with a 38 round, with a firing rate of 40, a range of a 119, accuracy of 75, and a weight of 6.1. And as you can see here, it's a pretty basic gun in its most basic form, and very much does resemble the existing pipe rifles in the game, but a little bit fancier with basically a full metal body to it, or mostly metal. This bit right here is wooden, but overall a very nice looking weapon, and with the pretty impressive list of modifications, you can turn it into some cool looking guns, such as this sniper rifle I made with it earlier, or this sort of medium range legendary machine gun. Good times, good times. So you got a lot of fun options to turn one of these little short unique rifles into something pretty darn cool. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these lovely things, well, that's pretty simple. In the base download for this mod, you will find the ability to create it at any chemistry station in the world. If you just head on down to Utility, and you can build the unique rifle there for 2 adhesive, 2 oil, 1 pipe, 4 screws, 2 steel, and 1 wood. Now, there is an alternative patch that you can download that will add it into the leveled loot system. It isn't a requirement to have this installed. In fact, I don't have it installed because I'm just looking at the base mod here. But it will add it in so that you can find them scattered about, which is pretty nice. Now, before we take a look at the modifications, I should mention that there are some prerequisites to get everything to function for this mod correctly. You are going to need the Nuka World DLC, as well as see-through scopes. Now, the Nuka World is by far the most important because the animations for this thing are borrowed from the homemade rifle from the Nuka World DLC. And if you have downloaded any other mods that mess with that particular animation, it may make this gun a bit wonkier, so just keep that in mind. Now, as for our modifications, let's head to the weapon workbench here and take a look at the receiver category first, where we've got, oh boy, a lot of options. Now you start, of course, with the standard receiver with the 38 rounds, and you can change it to automatic or increase it semi-auto with hardened, powerful, calibrated, fast, etc. But then you can even upgrade the ammo to 45 to get a bit more power out of it. But that's not all. You can then bump it up to 5.56 and even 7.62 with, of course, the same sort of things like calibrated, fast, hardened, powerful, etc. Now, the highest power one dealing the most damage is the semi-auto powered receiver, dealing 82, and the most powerful automatic one dealing a 47. So not bad. It'll definitely carry you through into the mid-game pretty nicely. And plus, with legendary modifications that we'll talk about here in a moment, oh my, can it go for even longer. And oh, you guys are probably also hearing a lawnmower outside my window. Perfect timing. Great, great. Let's move on to the barrel category, where we've got a fair number of options, from the short improved, medium light, medium ported, and then a long light, and a long ported. I think that one's my favorite. It's the most, I don't know what word I'm trying to go for there, but most unique. The rest are more or less just cylinders. That one at least has some more interest to it. But let's move on to the grip category, where Oh god, we got a lot of options here. We have the basic iron one, but then we can go to a wooden pistol grip, a wooden improved pistol grip, wooden painted, and then a molded pistol grip. And then we go into rifle stocks with the iron stock, a wooden stock, a wooden improved stock, wooden painted with leather covering. Hey, nice there. And then a molded light, molded recoil compensating, a stock with iron frame, and then moving on with the iron frame recoil compensating, a stock with polymer frame light, and then finally the stock with polymer frame recoil compensating. Perhaps not the most uniquely and interestingly named of things, but they get the point across, and they can turn the gun into some pretty cool stuff. It's one of the things I do like about this mod. You can go from a very basic pipe rifle looking thing to a very modern-ish looking weapon with these much more impressive later stocks. Very nice. Now in the magazine category, we've got the 10-round standard magazine, a quick eject version of it. Then we go up to 30 with a quick eject, drum magazine with quick eject, and finally, a 10-round polymer magazine with reduced weight, offering it better reload speed and action point cost 15%. Good times. Now in the sights, we have got a lot of fun options here of a standard glow sight reflex, a short scope tactical 2.5x, short night vision, medium scope, medium night vision, tactical 4x, long scope, and finally the long night vision scope. Very good there. Now in the muzzle category, it's pretty standard stuff of either nothing, a bayonet, compensator, muzzle brake, or suppressor. And the final modification category we do have is popular science mods. Now this is where those legendary modifications come into play. Around the Commonwealth, you will find in mailboxes popular science magazines. And what these magazines will do is allow you to build a specific one of these legendary modifications, which is pretty nice, giving this gun a lot more versatility and helping it, you know, stay more relevant into the later game, which is pretty cool. Now, the one thing about this, as you can see here, all of them, no matter which I go to, it just says a generic popular science magazine. That's true, but not quite true. There is no just generic popular science magazine. When you find one of these in the world, it is going to be labeled as a popular science magazine, but it's going to be tied to a specific legendary modification. The one magazine I've been able to find so far in the game was a wounding one, and with that magazine, I used it up to make my one wounding unique rifle that I currently have hanging up on the wall behind us. So yeah, you are going to have to find the specific magazines, and it will get used up when you do make the modifications, just like any other requirement there. But let's go grab those modified versions I built, and let's get to some shooting. There's the sniper rifle and my wounding hardened automatic unique rifle, which I called it a sort of a machine gun earlier. Technically, it would still be a submachine gun with it being 45. Good times, good times. Well, let's go to the range, pull out the standard version, and take some shots. There we go. Good solid use of the Nuka World homemade rifle animation. And as you can see here, it doesn't really have a whole lot of recoil. It has a pretty decent firing speed. All in all, a pretty nice little gun, easy to get your hands on in the early game, and make for an effective little weapon. Now let's take a look at the suppressed sniper version I made earlier with the 7.62. Beautiful. Again, really good on the recoil for this thing, and with the suppressed sound, pretty standard there, but, you know, very nice and useful. And again, just to show off the small amount of recoil on this thing, that is the firing rate there with the particular receiver I'm using, and yeah, you barely have to adjust to keep this thing on target. It is pretty great. And then for the wounding 45 version here, again, let's just show off the recoil. There's barely any. There's barely any. We're going to go through this entire drum magazine, and we only went from there to there with 75 rounds. That's actually pretty nice there. It's always good, always good. So again, very easy to keep on target, making it a lot easier to control when you are using fully automatic, which is very useful, especially for people like me who usually are god-awful at using the fully automatic weaponry in this game. Fun times! So that means, of course, it is time to take out a random target in the world. Now, I was torn on the synth last time around, and so I think today what we're gonna do is resurrect, oh no, he's gone. Oh. There were some mole rat bodies still left in here that apparently have disappeared. His body was here earlier. That ruins my plan. Okay, well, let's go out in the world and find a random enemy to go and kill real quick to show off these beautiful guns, which are pretty darn cool. And like I said earlier, with the optional downloads, you can add it into the leveled loot list, so you can find them around the world and not just build them. But I quite like the ability to build them because, well, it makes it quite easy for you to get your hands on as many as you need to, you know, throw around your settlements and arm your people up pretty nice. And considering their pipe rifle nature, they fit in very well into the game through really any segment you're in. And I see people and explosions. Oh boy, that's a biggin'. Perfect. It'll be the perfect target. Alright, well, let's just find him here. And he's run off. Oh, hi, Ghoul! You're my first target, congratulations! There we go, we got another. Beautiful. Where's the big guy? Hi, you! Take that, behemoth. Take that. Oh, that's rock. That's rock. He didn't do it well, though. Haha! And he is down. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, let's just quickly get out the suppressed sniper rifle version here and maybe take out one or two guys up here. There's usually a few around the joint. Oh, there's one. Not for long, though. Oh, God, there are ghouls around me. And, well, time for you to die there and there. And, no, that's all I can do. 2 action point shots there. Perfect. Perfect. One left to take out. And there we go. And then, of course, the long shot. Beautiful. Good times, good times. Well, that is the Only Death Could Part Us mod. A great fun gun for you to just have a really great time around the Commonwealth with. So if you'd like to check it out for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is gonna be it for today. I hope you all have enjoyed, and you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!